I'm blessed every day to be in a positive culture like this, to lead an organization that everything we do is about positivity, and to bring joy and honor and to one of the things, unity, bringing that unity. Everything we do drives that. It is incredible and refreshing because the world is not like that. Hi, my name is Natalie Wilson. I'm the executive director of the Overton Park Shell, and I am a music maker. The Overton Park Shell beginning roots were during the Great Depression. We opened our doors in September of 1936. It took 4 years for the shell to be constructed. It was $14,000 given to the city of Memphis by the Roosevelt administration during the WPA. And it was in a goal to build community and trust back into the government because homelessness, the poverty was so rampant during the hunger of the Great Depression, and that the need of building community and bringing it together and making access to the performing arts was a need. It was a desire by the government. It was a strategy. And it took 4 years to build us. And in 1936, we opened the doors, and it was at that time created for operetta, for chamber music, for live theater, such as Rodgers and Hammerstein brought incredible of plays and theater to the shell. The beginning roots of it was called the Memphis Open Air Theater, but through the 40s it came to the name of the Overton Park Shell because we sit in Overton Park. And it's been the heartbeat of Midtown Memphis and in the center of the urban core of Memphis since 1936. We turned 90 years old in 2026, and the story of the Shell's significance is that it's people-powered. It's people that has invested to save it, to get us into a place where every weekend we provide the access, just like we did in 1936, to the performing arts for free of charge. For everyone comes together, all walks of life, in an ability to find common ground. Really and truly, the mission of the Shell is building community through the performing arts, but we do that, really, more than that. It's just bringing us together, finding common ground, and we use it through music and the arts. And it really is the most beautiful depiction of what's bright about Memphis, Tennessee, what's working in Memphis, Tennessee, and truly how unique it is to have a space that, at the time of the Depression, there were 38 of us built. Today, there's about 5 of us remaining. And we're only a couple of us still programming. So that not only are we standing, but the significance of it still programming as it was supposed to do in 1936, it's still doing that today, is incredible. And it's been investment by Memphians who believe in what we do, and that it's the bright spot of the city. In 1936, the mayor of Memphis was Mayor Overton. Overton Park was named after Mayor Overton. He said, that was September 13th, 1936, "I pledge this stage to the future of Memphis music." And what he meant was that this stage would be an incubator. It would be an opportunity for emerging artists to have a place, to be giving a space to amplify their work, their artistry, the business of music, and that we would be the front line. We would be right at the beginning as they would launch. And it happened so beautifully. In July 30, 1954, Elvis Presley was 19 years old. He was opening for a yodeler by the name of Slim Whitman, who was a country show that was going to be here at the Overton Park Shell. And so here's this young man, had never had a live performance in his life. He was coming, his parents were on the lawn, and he wore hot pink pants and a racing striped shirt, and he was a beautiful, just handsome as you know the pictures were. 19, he's pushed out on the stage to open for Slim Whitman, and he forgot his lyrics. And he started to gyrate, and he said, "My name is Elvis Presley." And the women went wild. And historians say that a star was born that night, because there were 5,000 people there for a country show, but he was not a genre of country music. He was unique, he was different. He was bringing rock and roll music, which was a part of the honky-tonks on Beale Street. They weren't a part in, it was the segregation of the music world, the Shell. It was all white people. He had learned that from the honky-tonks, that rock and roll energy, that sexual energy that came from his music. And he was unique, he was different, he was emerging. And this stage, from 90 years of music, most iconic musicians of our time have played the stage. From the Motown greats to the country blues era, where we had the historic country blues festivals that gave a place for these North Mississippi artists in their country blues genre. Many historians say that the genre of country blues was established during those historic concerts here. But it also was, I love to tell the story that there was a white church service on our lawn. This was in 1960, 59 or 60. And these white people were congregating for a church service, and these African-American college students came into the service and sat in the middle of the Shell. And it completely, a year from the mark of that, all public spaces were desegregated in Memphis. And it was here at the Shell that happened. And from that point, we established the country blues era was in all these era of musicians of color and amplifying the work of incredible genres, all genres having a place here. All genres have a place, because all genres speak to different people. And if we're going to truly intentionally build community, you bring it all. And so all through the funny story of the Shell, there were some heady times. When I mean heady, when it was abandoned, when unhoused people lived here, trying just to keep it alive, and they lived in the back of the Shell here, to the time when we had a fence around the Shell in the 70s, and the Allman Brothers came, and Seals and Cross, 26,000 people came to the Seals and Cross, bigger than the FedEx Forum here in Memphis, came and performed, hanging in trees. Some of these artists who performed, thousands of people came in the big bands in the 70s. And it was these artists that were world renowned. Black Sabbath, 1971. Ozzy played the stage, and then he went to Beale Street, and that's when he got arrested. I mean, the stories of these artists and their place here at the Shell, and that it's still doing that today, it's unbelievable that our city has invested. Again, the brightness and the ingenuity of Memphis, Tennessee, that a place like this still stands, and that there's a history that we can still tell. So we enter our 90th year next year with a year-long celebration of our history. We have our backstage experience tour of history tours of tourists around the world who come to us. We're also going to bring programming back from the past 90 years, which is a historic series we're going to create. And then on the official birthday weekend, September 11th through 13th, 2026, it will be a weekend-long celebration of great artists, and back to the speaking to our purpose. And then the goal we have as a nonprofit, that we manage the day-to-day operation, but we're also responsible for the preservation. We have about $5 million left of really, really impactful preservation that has to be done to our plumbing, electrical, the underpinning, the structure, the places that you don't see, but it is vital to keep it alive. So we've got some continuing to fundraise for that, and in our 2026 years, we are starting some capital construction that is very exciting for another 90 years of keeping this place here and relevant. I tell this story to my board when they hired me. I'm not married, I do not have kids. My legacy is Memphis in public spaces and investing in the future of the city. But when I'm gone, people will say, she loved me and she invested in me. And that's what it's about. And so when I get to see the city, love being at the Shell and all walks of life together, enjoying music, it is completely the biggest blessing of my life, because it is the biggest example of what I know is Memphis, the true Memphis, not this perception. It's the Memphis that I love and that we as Memphians love when we're together.